Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. It's Pinky and we are here today trying another scent from Room 1015. Yes, there are quite a few in this collection and many that aren't in the set. So this is the sample set. So just know that. I'm trying to get those other ones so that we can smell them all. So many scents, so little time. There you go. So the next one in line, I love this box and the way it's done. I just love this. No, I feel like I'm a QVC or something. My mom used to watch that all the time. She probably still does. So, Sweet Leaf is the next one. We love tangents. And it has a pretty green bottle, which you will see to the side, but I'll just sneak and show it to you again. Heck yeah. So, it is, throughout history, cannabis has served as a catalyst for the spiritual exploration and inner liberation. Its significance traces back to the counterculture movement of the 1960s, where it blossomed into a realm of expression through language, art, literature, and music. The act of smoking a joint carries profound symbolism. Yeah, pretty much it smells like public transit. So it's changed a little in our culture. It's changed. And boy, what a scent. So I'm actually surprised they didn't do this one for the scent 1015, being that was the party room. But you know, who am I to judge? So the head note is grapefruit, eucalyptus. The heart note is cannabis, angelica root, turpentine. Ooh, base note jasmine, cashmeran wood, and patchouli. So this is going to be tough for me. I really do not like the smell of cannabis in any way, shape, or form. I do not like the scent. I do not. It's right up there with cumin. It's just like, no. You know, grapefruit I don't really care for. I don't like citrus fruits. It's very interesting. Eucalyptus I didn't like until Koala from Zoologist changed my mind, but I hear they're reformulating that. Cannabis, no. Turpentine, why? You know? But I'm in patchouli. You know, I'm curious. This one's very strange, so I was right with Sweet Leaf when I guessed that, what that was about. What I do like is the experimentation, har har, considering what's in this. But, yeah, I'm kind of hesitating. What else should we talk about? Because I don't know. I'm going to keep an open mind. We'll go back to the 60s and do that. So there you go. I wasn't around, but you can watch TV on it. Go to YouTube. Okay, so I smell something light in there. Hopefully this one's light like the other scents have been. I really don't want to smell like cannabis for the rest of the day. I did it lighter on the shirt. Ooh. Oh no. Okay. Yep, there it is. Oh no. I don't want to smell like this. No. Now for you who love this or who are cannabis smokers, I am not judging you. I am not. I would not. You know, you do what you do. It's not my scene. It's not. So, you know, I'm more of a drinker. Yeah. So, you don't mind. I'll smell like rum and vodka. I probably do at least once a week. But this, all I'm getting is the cannabis. And eucalyptus. So eucalyptus and cannabis. That is all I'm getting. I don't need to smell it any closer. I had to go out and do something I really don't want to. I smell like public transit. In any major city right now, you will smell this. Without the eucalyptus, you will smell weed. And this is basically what this smells like. I'm really not caring for this. It's a personal thing, so anyone coming to see this, see how the notes are, just know that this is a very tough note for me. The eucalyptus is breaking it up at least, but it's just kind of strange. It's basically cannabis with eucalyptus. So I smell like a menthol drop. You know, when you have a cold and you have menthol drop, that's what this smells like. And you're using it to cover up the fact that you just smoked weed. It's like, I just had a blunt and now eucalyptus drops. Yeah, because I I knew people in school who were like this. They would smoke weed and then they would spray like ridiculous stuff on them. It's like, dude, you can't cover it. It's like, it's there. It's just, you're done for. You're going to get suspended. You're getting detention, you know? So there it is. But we're going to go in closer. We're going to go in closer because that's what we do. Oh no. This one's tough. I don't like to be a jerk. I don't think I've responded to anything quite like this since Civet from Zoologist and Sloth. This one's tough. I want to see those notes again. It smells like pepper. Like I'm getting pepper from this. I'm getting pepper and cannabis. And I don't know where it's coming from. I don't. I'm looking at this and I am not seeing it. I mean, I'm getting the patchouli. I don't. Cannabis is number one. Then there's eucalyptus. And I'm so sorry. And patchouli. There may be turpentine, I'm going to be honest with you. It is probably there, and I used to do some oil painting. Excuse me, this is a lot. So it could be there, but I'm so caught up with the cannabis, eucalyptus, patchouli, and a peppery scent. Yeah, this is totally, if you ever want to go back to the 1960s, so if you want to listen to some 60s music and play some like TV from the time or videos or whatever, you know, you could spray this in your room and you could live the full fantasy. Because this is what the 60s smells like. At least that counterculture. Not everybody was into that. So there you go. Let's try it on the clothing. Okay, so on the clothing, I am getting the cannabis and a little bit of that citrus with the grapefruit, but I'm also getting like a smoky woodiness with patchouli. So there's the smoky woodiness coming through. So it's a little bit different. Here's pure cannabis and pepper, like a black pepper. The eucalyptus is slowly deteriorating or moving on. So apparently my skin really loves cannabis. It's just something I didn't know. There you go. You try different notes and you find out what your chemistry likes. Oh no. So it smells better on the shirt. Like I said, there's that woodsiness, smoky woodsiness with cannabis and that grapefruit to break it up a bit. Let's try it again. Yep. So it's the smoky woodiness with a light hint of cannabis and eucalyptus. A little tiny bit of patchouli, not too much. Pure cannabis and pepper on the skin now. Yeah, and there's no black pepper in there. Could be one of the other notes or things mixing together. Yeah. So I'm zoning out. So it goes into like a bubble like this, but again, it's never intrusive. I mean, I think these notes alone are pretty intense. I'm going to be honest with you. There's a lot going on with this. I think there's a complexity to it, which is interesting. It just depends how your chemistry pulls. There's a lot going on. It really does smell like the 1960s, that counterculture psychedelic thing. It really does. This is it. Which I appreciate. I totally appreciate the artistry of this. It's just, this isn't the type of art that I'm into. So let me just put it that way, because you may really love this one. But this isn't my type of artistry. You know what I mean? So it's like a lot of people go to like the Chicago Institute of Art or MoMA, and it's more modern art. They also have classic art. But the more modern things can be a little bit like, that's not my style. You know, a furry high heel hanging from a Christmas tree is not my type of art, but it could be yours. This is not mine, but it has a decent, bubble. it's not too, even given the notes, it's not too crazy. You know, you're not going to choke out a room. But I need to sit with this one. I'm hoping it changes into something a little bit more at my speed, but understand, there's a lot of sense in here, okay? There's a lot of sense. And I would say the majority of people who try this are not going to like every single scent. So, you know, that's just it. You know what your notes are. I know what my notes are. It's just, it's unexpected. So, what I'm going to do is I am going to check back in an hour and we will see where Sweet Leaf has gone. Okay, so I am back after an hour. I will say I did go out briefly to pick up a coffee, and I came back into this room and the scent of cannabis was strong. I'm like, please don't let my landlord come because it's not allowed. No smoking in the building. So yeah, that's not great. I was like, oh my gosh. And it's like, if I went outside the door and it's very obvious. So I'm just going to say it's a very obvious scent of it. A little bit more than I like, just because it lingers. But I think the scent of cannabis in general tends to linger. And so I'm like, not loving that. Because I'm like the last person. I just don't like the scent. And so it's like, oh no. But let's try it on the wrist. Okay, it definitely is cannabis on the wrist. And the thing is that it apparently that's another fun thing besides musk and cumin and saffron that add to the list of things that really come through on my skin that I don't love. So there you go. I love some musks, but they can come out very strong, or animalic scents in general. So yeah, it's definitely that cannabis and patchouli coming through, which works for what this is, but it's a little bit rough for me. So let's try it on clothing. Whew. So on the clothing, it's cannabis. Yeah, I'm not getting many of the other notes, and I know there's other things going on. Like at least here I have the patchouli and the cannabis. Here's just cannabis. Let's try it again. Yep, it's just cannabis. Cannabis and kind of a woodsy sense, or like wood, not woodsy, but wood and cannabis. Yeah, it's in a pocket like this still. It's just patchouli and cannabis. I'm not really, this one's not my favorite. It's a lot. I just don't know. And there are some people who don't care, but I just don't see a lot of people gravitating towards smelling like weed. I mean, if you do, no judgment. I'm sure, you know, everybody loves what they love. For me, I kind of want to take this off and wash it because I don't want that smell permeating my apartment, and it really, to come back in and smell that, even the hallway where I walk down, I could smell it, and I don't think anyone was lighting up. Between me going getting coffee and coming back, that's just not for me, and kind of tough to explain. So it's just, there you go. So not for me, but what we're going to do is we're going to see where this goes. If I had my way, I would probably be done with this experiment, but I think, you know, I'm here for the people. I'm here for the people. I'm doing this for you. So there you go. So I'm going to keep going. It's been about an hour and a half. I know I normally check in the hour. I've been off the last couple days, but I'm going to come back. I'm going to try to make it to 4 hours. We'll see. And we'll see where this one is. So there you go. Okay, so it is actually the 5 hour mark. I lasted. It was hard. I'm going to change out of this. I know. To me, it really smells like cannabis. And I'm having a hard time with that. This is not, I want it out of the shirt. Oh, it's tough. I know. This one was a tough one for me. Please understand when I say that. It just is not a scent profile I love. It does not mean it did anything wrong. It's wrong. And if you love it, you're not wrong. You're perfect because you like what you like. And I love that. So just know that. I know people who don't like vanilla scents and sandalwood, and I think they're crazy, but they're also individuals. I love them. So there you go. So just, we love it. We love it all. So there you go. I'm glad I tried it, but this one was a tough one for me, but let's give it a try and see where we're at. Okay, so it's mellowed quite a bit here. Quite a bit. It's more of a eucalyptus. The eucalyptus came back out at the end with a little bit of cannabis. That's what I'm getting. and slight pepperiness to it, but it's very light. Very much more of a skin scent. It really clings to the clothing, but what doesn't? I mean, clothing's gonna, it's synthetic versus, your skin, which is, hey, it's doing its thing. So let's try it here. Yeah, it's that cannabis. It's that spicy cannabis. Spicy. Yeah, there's a spice to it. The patchouli is not really sticking out as much as it was. No, it went back to eucalyptus, and here it's cannabis and spice. Something spicy. And yeah, it's really calm. It's not quite as bombastic as it was before. I'm finding with these scents that they tend to go back to here. And so, after 4 or 5 hours, they're here. It's a personal scent. So these don't last long. That's okay. You can respray. A lot of brands, pretty much you have to redo it around 3-4 hours. I like a little bit more longevity, but these are never really strong to begin with. Even with this one that has very difficult, in my opinion, notes, or notes that are very polarizing, I feel that even then it wasn't too intrusive, but except when I left the room and I came back and it did smell like cannabis. I don't like that. I don't. It's a scent I really do not care for. This is one that I probably would not use again. If you like the scent of cannabis and patchouli and something a little bit that transports you to the 60s and is very reminiscent of that, this might be for you. It's very unique. It's very interesting in its construction. I do think it fulfilled the assignment. It would get an A+ for that. But again, this one's going to be polarizing. If eucalyptus and patchouli and cannabis can be very difficult notes for people to wrap their head around sometimes. Even patchouli, I'm not a huge fan of unless it's done really well, but or in a way that just complements a scent. But I find that tends to overwhelm for me. Eucalyptus too, but I really love it in koala. I can't believe they're reformulating that from Zoologist, but whatever. I have a bottle. I'm happy. So yeah, it's a difficult scent. Yes, it's going to be polarizing. This is one of the more difficult ones of the collection, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's actually great because I like stuff like that. Even if I don't care for it, I feel like I like unique scents that tell a story, and it did. I just think that one should have been 10-15. It's a little bit more party, but I get what they're going for. I get it. So it's not my vision. So there you go. Do I think this is more masculine or feminine? You wear what you want always. I will say this forever. Wear what you want. Don't care. But I can see how people might think these notes may be a little bit more masculine. In a little bit, but everybody loves the cannabis, I guess. Not everybody, I don't, but I know a lot of people do. So cannabis to love does not discriminate. So wear what you want. So yes, if I had to give this one a rating, this is rough. Just know when I give things a rating, it's based off of me and my likes, not yours, not anyone else's. I'm being like a 7-year-old, selfish. I think the world revolves around me at this moment. For my collection, I probably would not spray this one again. I'm good, I think. And though I love its artistry, I think it has a beautiful artistry to it. I would give it a 3 out of 10 because it was very tough for me. There was times I wanted to take this off and wash it and wipe myself down. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. This one's almost gone here, but I'm kind of done with this one. It just was, I know part of me was like, do I give it a 1.5? And the only reason is because I don't like cannabis. The scent of it, I don't like it. So for me, it's very difficult to smell like that all day. It was just really intrusive, and it was no. But the reason why I did not go that low like I did with something like Sloth from Zoologist was because I appreciate the artistry of it, and it definitely accomplished what it was trying to do. With Sloth, I didn't really get a sloth from it. It was just cumin. Versus this, which I do think really did capture the 60s psychedelic kind of, drug culture, open your mind type thing. I think that this one really did capture it artistically. I'd give it a 10 for that. But as far as my preference, it's just a no. I probably wouldn't try this one again. Yeah, this was tough. This one was one of the toughest scents that I've done in a while. I think, like I said, Civet and Sloth were the last ones that really just took me out. Dodo from Zoologist. Those three. This one is doing the ranks of that. Yes. So we're on to the next one. Whoo, doggy, that was tough. Sweet Leaf, you made me speechless, and that's rare because I talk a lot. I ramble. So there you go. So we are going to be moving on. We put that at the bottom. I am going to be moving on to the next one, which is Sonic Flower, which I hope has a little bit more excitement to it. Yeah, I'm a little bit excited by that one because I need some florals after that. Yeah. Please let there be no more cannabis, please. So yeah. Whew, this one's tough. I'm going to go change. And with that, have a fabulous day, my friends. Bye. Whew, this one was tough.